Hello, hello. We have a new chapter of Akane-banashi. We are moving into the finals of the Karaku Cup. We've set up our main rivals. We've set up Akane. We've even set up what Akane's technique is going to be like, as she very cleverly sandbagged herself a little bit in the first round, only trying to flex her technical skills and keeping her actual Rakugo talent of storytelling under wraps. So now I really, really want to see, we're going to actually get into, I think, the meaning of Jugemu and the rich history of Jugemu and all the other things she studied in the lead up to this tournament. Here we see the judge and then Isho, the super scary final boss head judge, and of course our brilliant Akane stepping up to the plate. So her mom can't cheer for her. That's too bad. That old banning bozo is the judge, right? Yeah, what are you talking? That's her job. That's what Akane is gonna do. Give him a piece of her mind. I don't know. I'm really, really curious. Like, I think at this point it's pretty likely that Akane will win. And that she'll talk to Isho. And I think maybe we'll learn the reason of the expulsion. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to make Akane want to work even harder. And that will, like, kickstart, the next era of the series. That's my thinking. So I'm really, really curious to see how... not just why the expulsion happened and how he acts and stuff, but the more emotional navigation between Akane and the banning bozo. Because I'm sure she really just wants to give him a piece of her mind too, He launched her dad into like a deep depression for a while and cut him off from his joy and purpose in life. And I don't know. How's she going to treat him? It's weighing on you, isn't it? Yeah. That I gotta win no matter what face. Oh yeah, at the end of the last chapter, she was going, I'm gonna win no matter what. Anything, it's perfectly natural for that to happen. But it's not how she normally is. She's a little more take it as they come normally. She's a little more, I'll be grateful no matter what happens normally. And now she's back into this, I gotta win no matter what mindset. Woo! I like this. Competition's all about winning. So go out there and show them what you got. I like this. At first I was like, uh-oh, this is such a deviation from her normal personality. And normally when characters start slipping out of their character, they get punished in a story like this, right? That they're either acting like they're going to lose what got them this far by, becoming something they're not. It's very reasonable storytelling. But here, it's just like, no, this is good. This needs to be a part of you as well. This is the way to win, is to want to win. Which sounds, like a platitude. It sounds tautological, but you actually do need to want to win. I can tell when I play games competitively, when I go to like a Smash Bros. Tournament or something, that it's massively different on days where I expect to win or expect to beat a particular person or expect to make it so far in bracket, and days where I don't. And often it's the days where I don't that I actually have the most fun and actually enjoy playing the most, and I'm in just a better mood overall. But it's on the days where I want to win, where I think I ought to win, where I think I'm going to be upset if I don't win, that I play better. and it feels kind of, I don't know, it's a little broken that I sometimes feel like I have to choose between fun and winning. But it is the truth, and it is a lesson you have to learn. That if it's a competition and you want to win, then it's about winning. It's not about fun. Of course, you play better when you're having fun too. You're more creative, you're more open-minded. You're more adaptable when things start going poorly. So it's a very complex mindset that you have to get into. But I like here that they just really relish this idea of like, yeah, it's good that you're feeling differently. It's good that you're treating this differently than normal. Because it is a competition that you really, really want to win. Anyways, here she asks, why did you name me Akane? And this, of course, connects to Jugamu, a story all about names, about this very, very, very long name given to this poor kid. So it makes sense. She wants to know. Getting all up in your feelings? It was Toru decided on your name. It's that. And as for why, ooh, we save that for later. That's something she'll remember halfway through the Rakugo performance. Just when she starts to doubt herself, that's when she'll remember. I love stuff like this. This is just classic sports manga writing, and seeing it in this environment of Rakugo is just so cool. Alright, here we are right before the finals. You see our other finalists getting pumped up. You can win this thing, I know you can. The enthusiasm is palpable. The unique passion of the student event. Whoa, are they undercover? Whoosh. Okay, I like these undercover fake beard. Not a bad look. Not a great look, but not a bad look. When I see that, I see two dudes that could clean up real good. They're not cleaned up yet, but they could clean up real good. In fact, when they clean up, they kind of just look like their normal selves. But how stupid are you? Literally just how stupid are you? This is good. I already feel a lot of rapport with these characters, that we can do these little comedic bits with them. Even though we're only 19 chapters in, and only a few of those chapters have actually featured these characters. It's just that they're so rich in personality. Do you think it makes you look cool? I mean, I think he had a good point. You don't want Isho to see these rival school students bumming around, right? That looks sus for all number of reasons. But Sensei's here. That's nice. Sensei's not disguised. Show me the video of the Jugemo performance yesterday. So she has heard now the full story. That Isho is the one. Wonder why she wants to watch the performance from before. Like, I assume this was all so keikaku'd, so master planned, that she can remember perfectly the technical skill of yesterday's performance and know exactly how to subvert and supplant that with the meaning, with Jugemu as words and not sounds. Finally understood what that look meant. She must be carrying some intense emotion going into this event. Will she be remain calm? Isho is here today. Along with another judge from that incident. Oh, interesting. Who's this going to be? Master Iken. Huh. I'm old now. Can't afford to smell bad. Here comes the garlic. Ooh, addicted to ramen. I like this guy. He's kind of a smooth talker. Again, you know, you're always trying to match the Rakugo to the performer. This guy, you know, I feel like he could have that kind of laid back, charming, easygoing Rakugo, where you're just kind of like vibing, and then you're like, yeah, this guy's funny. Yeah. Ooh, this guy's a charmer. Eating big bowls of ramen. You do love your ramen, Ryujaku. He seems friendlier too than Isho. A lot more approachable. Oh, yeah. So these are, these are two guys. Yeah. Of course. Two other judges. Okay, I got a little confused. The star of Kamigata Rakugo. This guy just looks like really friendly. Looks like he has that very goofy, warm Rakugo, where you're almost laughing at him because he's so ready to throw his dignity away, but in a way that you're so impressed that he regains his dignity in that very same instant. Besides, you're busy with movies and TV, not just Rakugo. Oh yeah, look. There's, I already forgot his name, Iken. Iken looks like he's some sort of detective. The girders who support the patriarch Isho Arakawa are known as the Arakawa Arc 4. Ooh! And you are one of them. Iken the hedonist. Yeah, this guy's got huge hedonist vibes. Look at this big four. We got a big four. Big four alert. Boop, boop. Big four alert. Oh, dude, I love a big four. I love a big four. Any shonen series that has the gall to introduce a big four has my respect. Sounds like 4 whole arcs, perhaps. That's 4 characters that you have to establish to such an extent. And this mangaka has the audacity to draw them. Sure, they're kind of shadowed. One guy's not even looking at the screen. Whatever. But that's a lot of gumption to have these characters set out in your mind so far ahead and to tease the reader. The series must be doing very well. I mean, I know it's doing very well, but it really is, like, so encouraging to see them plan for the future like this. The big four. You're my superior in closing in on the number 2 positions of the school in terms of prestige. I couldn't possibly compete. This is, like, such silly levels of exposition to just be, like, rattling off someone's achievements to them. But it feels a little bit natural just looking at that guy's goofy smile. He does seem like the type to, like, dump praise on people and to kind of navigate the awkwardness of meeting someone you consider your superior or, like, a celebrity or someone you really admire by just leaning into the awkwardness. I do that too. It's kind of fun. Don't you dare mention Shiguma, the actual number 2 in my master's presence. It won't be pretty. Ooh. So Shiguma is, of course, the teacher of Akane and the rest of that school. So there is some sort of bad blood there. It's not just, oh, if they see Shiguma's pupils at this event, they're going to be suspicious of Akane and be like, hey, do you even really qualify for this event? But instead, it's straight up Shiguma himself. There's beef. Can't imagine what'll happen in judging today. Don't worry. You'll see for yourself. Alright, we've already had one finalist down. Megane Chuote, which is like glasses, middle something. Middle of the road person. Very enthusiastic telling, in my opinion. Ooh, boy. Oh, man. I think it's going to be brutality. He is going to take a fat dump on this poor young man's efforts. I think that's what we're getting set up here, is that this is a den of sharks. This is a very, very scary, very ruthless, no holds barred, no sugarcoating type judgment, right? Or is it a double fake out? I think if it was a double fake out, it would actually be more ominous. I'm sorry. This is probably getting to insufferable levels of, like, medium analysis, meta-analysis based on how manga works. But I think this is fascinating, so you'll have to bear with me. So right now, there's either kind of 2 paths. Isho could either be, as we kind of expect of him, very harsh, judgmental, or he could be extremely unexpectedly, comedically polite and warm about it and heap a lot of praise. And then there could even be a further subversion of that where he does heap a lot of praise, but then privately he's like, no way this person's going to win, that was trash. If it's the former, well, let's start with, if it's the latter, I think his established character isn't quite enough to make that funny. There would instead be like an entire single panel page cast in super darkness of Isho like glowering. And then the next page cuts to him as kind of like a silly old man throwing his arms back and going, it wasn't so bad. He really showed a lot of enthusiasm out there, sport. Whereas this, within the single page, showing first just the mic and then his mouth, I think is setting up the former case where he is going to be really scathing. Let's see if I'm right. Just from paneling analysis, page progression analysis, I was wrong. But I was right almost to the T in terms of what the latter scenario would look like. How very polite. He is indeed very polite. See, I thought they would build it up more. I thought there would be a whole page of glowering to fake you out even harder. But I was faked out. I was faked out. But this is quite nice. And this is more realistic too. Like, we know about this guy from the expulsion incident. But that's because the expulsion incident was such a big deal, was so shocking. It's not like this person could possibly be like this all the time, just constantly expelling people and shitting on them, right? How would he ever get anywhere in the world of Rakugo, let alone standing atop the world of Rakugo? Unless he could be polite, unless he could actually converse with people. Shh. How very polite. He's never like that when he's actually trading someone. Okay, I see. So it was kind of, as I envisioned, the latter scenario where he's very polite, and then privately, there's a double subversion that he's a little more ruthless. See the younger generation boldly attempting to carry on this traditional art form. It makes me very pleased. What's up, Jugemu-chan? What is the key, the essence, the sine qua non of success in life? The chiffon of life? Alright, I like that we're getting a little bit more of the Garashi character. He seems very entertaining. The answer is the ability to trust in yourself. Ooh. Ooh. That's so true. Dude, I love how that's phrased. I love that they place such importance on that. That's so true. That's so true. So much of my work in therapy and my work of just kind of improving my mental health in general has come down to, like, avoiding dread by trusting in myself that I'll be able to handle it when it comes. That there's no need to worry about exactly what I'm going to do, because I trust that when it's time to do it, I'm going to do it right. It's very, very, very hard to do. If you're the type of person like me that overthinks things a lot and is constantly worrying about upcoming things and ends up doing ridiculous things like rehearsing conversations in my head that never end up happening, but trusting in yourself. And it's true for, like, competition as well. Like, the last few times I've played in a tournament, I did pretty poorly. And what happened is that I kept getting come backed on. Like, there would be so many games where I was far ahead, and then I threw. And it used to be different. I used to actually be pretty clutch. I used to be pretty good at making comebacks and just kind of closing out games and not getting in my head. But in the end, it was kind of like I lost that trust in myself because I hadn't been playing, like, at all for a long time. I thought, wow, it's crazy that I'm beating this person. This person is, you know, a notable figure that's been on the upcoming, on the grind. And I'm just like some semi-retired schlub that barely plays anymore. There's no way I could be winning this. And then I throw it away, of course, right? That makes you play so terribly when you think, am I supposed to be winning this? You lose that trust in yourself. You need a bedrock of evidence that you're worthy of that trust. That's something that we talk a lot about in therapy too, is that when I'm in this sort of situation, to really believe in that myself, that I'm going to be able to handle things, I should look back to the evidence of things that I've handled well in the past. Which means I have it. Alright, it's time. Karashi is stepping up to the stage. The confidence to face those who screech about traditions in the classics and shut them up for good. Scored big in the last 2 years, but how will Master Isho react to him in his version of Rakugo? I'll show you what the new age of Rakugo is all about. Ooh! I can't wait to see it. I love that it seems like Karashi is going to get a whole chapter of just his performance, or at least the substantial part. We're really going to get to learn what his Rakugo is all about. That's so great! Alright, see you soon enough. Bye-bye for now.